Elephants, the largest land animals on Earth, are extraordinary beings that have roamed our planet for millions of years. Revered in many cultures and ecosystems, these giants embody power, grace, and wisdom. Their towering height, up to 13 feet at the shoulder, and their massive weight, which can exceed 12,000 pounds, make them an awe-inspiring sight in the wild. Yet, despite their formidable size, elephants are gentle, social creatures with deep emotional lives. They live in complex matriarchal societies where older, experienced females guide the herd, ensuring the survival of their families through wisdom passed down over generations. Their trunks, a marvel of nature, serve as both delicate tools and powerful instruments, capable of picking up a single blade of grass or uprooting a tree. More than just appendages for feeding, trunks are the lifeblood of an elephant's communication and interaction, often used to caress and comfort one another, especially between mothers and calves. The birth of a baby elephant, after nearly 2 years in the womb, is a moment of celebration for the entire herd. The newborn is surrounded by love, as the other elephants rumble softly, reaching out with their trunks in a ritual that bonds the family unit. These bonds, forged through lifetimes, are so strong that elephants are known to mourn their dead. They will visit the bones of deceased members, touching them gently, and stand vigil over their fallen kin in a manner that speaks to a profound understanding of life and loss. The emotional depth of elephants is matched by their intelligence, often compared to that of dolphins and primates. Elephants are capable of using tools, solving problems, and remembering events and locations for decades. Their memory is a crucial survival tool, allowing them to recall the location of water sources during droughts or recognize the face of a human, even after years of separation.
Their ability to navigate vast landscapes, often across hundreds of miles, is guided by this memory and the wisdom of the matriarch. This innate sense of direction, combined with their extraordinary long-distance communication, low-frequency rumbles that travel through the ground, enables herds to stay connected even when miles apart. Such communication allows elephants to warn one another of danger, to find mates, and to reunite after long separations. Elephants are not just participants in the ecosystems they inhabit but also crucial architects. Their movements shape the landscapes, they disperse seeds over vast distances, creating opportunities for plant life to flourish. They dig wells in dry riverbeds, providing water not only for themselves but for other animals as well. Without elephants, entire ecosystems would collapse, highlighting their importance in the natural world. Yet, despite their incredible resilience and importance, elephants face grave threats to their survival. Habitat loss due to human expansion and agriculture, coupled with illegal poaching for ivory, has caused their populations to plummet. In just the last century, their numbers have dwindled from millions to a mere fraction of that, leaving them on the brink of extinction in some regions. Conservation efforts are underway across the globe, with national parks, wildlife reserves, and international laws aimed at protecting these majestic creatures. Anti-poaching units patrol the savannas and jungles, risking their lives to prevent the slaughter of elephants for their tusks. Communities living alongside elephants are learning to coexist, with programs that promote sustainable agriculture and compensate for damages caused by elephants wandering into human territories. Despite these efforts, the battle to save elephants is far from over.
Their slow reproduction rate, females give birth to only one calf every 4 to 5 years, means that even slight increases in poaching or habitat destruction can have devastating effects on their population. The loss of just one elephant, especially a matriarch, can disrupt the social structure of a herd for generations. Elephants, with their intelligence, empathy, and undeniable presence, remind us of the interconnectedness of all life on Earth. Their fate is tied not only to the health of their ecosystems, but also to the choices humans make. To save the elephant is to save the delicate balance of nature itself. The fight for their survival is not just about preserving a species, but about protecting a symbol of the wild, a reminder of the raw, untamed beauty of our planet. These magnificent creatures, which have walked the earth for millions of years, may continue their journey, but only if we act swiftly and decisively to ensure that their habitats are preserved, their lives are protected, and their right to exist is respected. In the twilight of their days, as the sun sets over the vast landscapes they call home, elephants stand as a testament to the resilience and beauty of the natural world. Their story is one of strength, endurance, and hope. But it is also a story that requires our attention and action, for the survival of elephants is not just an animal conservation issue, it is a test of humanity's ability to coexist with nature. To lose them would be to lose a part of ourselves, a part that connects us to the ancient rhythms of the earth. Through our efforts to protect them, we protect the legacy of all creatures who share this planet, ensuring that future generations will marvel at the sight of an elephant roaming freely in the wild, a symbol of nature's majesty, resilience, and grace. The elephant's plight is a reflection of the broader environmental challenges facing the natural world.
As human populations grow and expand, the delicate balance between wildlife and human activity is increasingly disrupted. For elephants, this means a shrinking world, where migratory paths that have been used for centuries are now blocked by roads, fences, and farms. The corridors that once connected their habitats are disappearing, leaving them isolated in small patches of land, unable to roam freely as they have done for millennia. Habitat fragmentation has dire consequences for their well-being. Elephants need vast territories to find enough food and water to sustain their massive bodies. An adult elephant can consume up to 300 pounds of vegetation in a single day. In areas where their movements are restricted, food becomes scarce, leading to increased conflict with humans as elephants raid crops in search of sustenance. These encounters often end tragically, with elephants being killed to protect farmland, or in some cases, retaliatory killings after elephants have damaged property or injured people. However, in many regions, innovative solutions are being implemented to mitigate human-elephant conflicts. In Africa, some farmers have begun using bee fences, a natural deterrent that takes advantage of elephants' fear of bees. Simple hives are strung along farm boundaries, and when disturbed, the bees swarm, deterring the elephants from entering the fields. This ingenious method not only protects crops but also provides farmers with honey as an additional source of income. Other conservation efforts involve the creation of wildlife corridors, stretches of protected land that link fragmented habitats, allowing elephants to migrate safely between feeding grounds. These corridors are essential for maintaining genetic diversity, as they enable different elephant populations to interbreed, reducing the risk of inbreeding, which can weaken the species over time. Yet, the greatest threat to elephants remains the illegal ivory trade.
Despite international bans and widespread condemnation, the demand for ivory continues to drive poaching, particularly in Africa. Elephants are slaughtered by the thousands each year, their tusks hacked off and sold on the black market, where they are carved into trinkets and ornaments. The loss of even a single elephant is devastating, not just for the individual, but for the entire herd. Elephants are highly social animals, and the death of a family member, especially a matriarch, can cause chaos within the group. Without the leadership of the matriarch, herds can become disoriented, leading to increased mortality and decreased reproductive success. International organizations, governments, and grassroots conservationists are working tirelessly to end the ivory trade and protect elephant populations. In some countries, successful campaigns have led to the destruction of stockpiles of seized ivory, sending a clear message that the exploitation of elephants will not be tolerated. Education and awareness campaigns are also playing a crucial role in reducing demand for ivory, particularly in countries where it has traditionally been seen as a status symbol. By changing consumer attitudes, conservationists hope to stem the tide of poaching and give elephants a fighting chance. In addition to poaching and habitat loss, climate change is emerging as a new threat to elephants. Shifting weather patterns are altering the availability of water and food, forcing elephants to adapt to new and harsher conditions. In regions prone to drought, elephants must travel greater distances in search of water, often leading them into conflict with human communities. The scarcity of resources also puts stress on elephant herds, particularly the young and the elderly, who are more vulnerable to starvation and dehydration. Despite the many challenges they face, elephants continue to inspire hope.
Their remarkable resilience, intelligence, and social bonds offer a glimpse into the incredible complexity of the natural world. Elephants have survived for millions of years, adapting to changing environments and evolving alongside other species. They are a keystone species, meaning that their presence is critical to the health of the ecosystems they inhabit. When elephants thrive, so do countless other species that depend on the habitats they help to shape. The future of elephants lies in our hands. Protecting them requires a multifaceted approach that addresses not only the immediate threats of poaching and habitat loss but also the broader issues of human-wildlife conflict, climate change, and sustainable development. Conservation efforts must be supported by strong laws, effective enforcement, and the engagement of local communities, who are often the first line of defense against poachers and habitat destruction. Moreover, the global community has a responsibility to ensure that the demand for ivory is eradicated once and for all. This requires not only legal action but also a cultural shift in how we value wildlife. Elephants are not commodities to be traded and exploited, they are living beings with rich emotional lives and deep familial bonds. Their value lies not in their tusks but in their role as guardians of the wild, caretakers of the land, and symbols of the beauty and complexity of nature. As we look to the future, we must ask ourselves what kind of world we want to leave for future generations. A world without elephants would be a world diminished, a world where the majestic giants that once roamed freely across vast landscapes exist only in memories and photographs. But there is still time to change that trajectory. Through collective action, compassion, and a commitment to conservation, we can ensure that elephants continue to walk the earth. Their footsteps echoing through the ages as a testament to the power of nature and the importance of coexistence. Let their survival be our legacy, a reminder that the protection of the natural world is not just a responsibility but a privilege, one that we must embrace if we are to preserve the richness and diversity of life on this planet.